Smartest Dumb People podcast cover everything. With Anthony That Dude Johnson and special guests, you're about to learn everything you need to know about everything you need to know. Man, I even had to buy a new pair of glasses after watching the show. So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all do it on Facebook, Instagram. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. So stop wasting your time watching other podcasts. It's the only one you need.
Y'all know what it is? It's the Smartest Dumb People!
Hey, yo, what's up? Have you seen the Smartest Dumb People podcast?
Yo, what's up? At the hottest podcast in the city, the Smartest Dumb People. I'm here with my nigga, That Dude Johnson. You know what I'm saying? We go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Y'all tune in every week or every time. Hit the like button, subscribe, do what you're supposed to do. Like, comment, share. Tell your people about it. Y'all know what it is? It's the Smartest Dumb People!
See, man, when you get that type of money, he clearly single with other people. So, like, this is a story.
This is the best podcast in the city of Ohio.
Thank you.
I'm not pandering.
You know what I'm saying? And they take vocals and, script and they start living on Tupac. You're a real hustler, huh? That's pretty neat. Into it.
But I also met
Team, they know she likes to go outside, play soccer by herself. We have make sure I want to change it like Snoop Dogg. He's an icon in all facets of life.
Biggest icon
in the world.
Yeah.
But
I feel like they cheat stupid. They gonna get caught. Yeah, they cheat with their dick like we cheat with our mind. I feel like women.
no more. But before I let you explain that, I want to show a little clip of a little monster.
I'm on Pandora, YouTube. I'm on the students and everybody. Carl.
I'm trying to find.
It is what it is. Finally, we went to Martin Kemp.
There's two cats. No, you can hustle them anyway. There's two cats in high school.
This is the coldest fucking thing that's going on, Paul. These the realest niggas out
Yeah, you already know.
Like, for real, like, this.
God, I go off the mentality of the woman. And I know if I know my woman, Smart Dummy! Let's go! Welcome. This is the Smartest Dumb People, and I'm the host, Anthony That Dude Johnson. And always, it's going to be somebody at the table with me. Today we got LB the Great, my brother, and Big Frank in the building. I appreciate you coming through, King. Look, it's going down. It's Tap In Tuesday. We missed last week because Apple be tripping. Let's make sure the volume is on. Can we? Okay. And always. The volume is on. All right, so the app last week was not allowing us. We had some equipment issues, but we back at it. It's Tap In Tuesday. It was Father's Day Sunday. How was y'all fellas Father's Day?
It was good, decent, Nothing out of the ordinary, Shit.
Mine was cool.
Yeah.
I don't really believe in that stuff.
You don't believe in Father's Day?
And just another day, you take care of my
Hell
kids.
no.
Handle
I
my
don't-
responsibility. That's all that matters to me.
Listen, I don't think it's another day. I think Father's Day deserved to be fathers deserve to be celebrated for sure. Actually, I said I was going to address it a little bit. So nobody don't know because I don't really discuss it on my show. But me and my daughter kind of bumping heads right now. She's in that puberty stage. Mm-hmm. And to be honest with you, after going to see Inside Out, went to see Inside Out Saturday. And I'm telling you that there is a little truth to what Aviana's going through. So Inside Out, the cartoon, is about a girl going through puberty, and she's getting new emotions moved in because Inside Out is about a child's emotions. But with the new Inside Out, their emotions is moving into a different direction, like depression, sadness, things like that. And I kind of feel like that's the stage my daughter is at. You know what I'm saying? Because like this child that I raised, I'm kind of feeling like I don't know her as well as I thought I did. Or it's not even that. I think that her personality is just changing.
Right. Well, two parts. Nobody really know nobody. Like, how they think they do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, but there's an age. You know what I'm saying? And so that age has always been there. This is my concept. The age has always been there. The only problem is the boundaries that society puts on people. So, For example, shout outs to one of my co-workers.
We gotta change that chair, dog, because we ain't gonna have no show with that goddamn squeaking and wiggling like that. Jesus. Never do this in the middle of the show, but come on.
Hey,
God damn, that motherfucker. I don't know. You gotta scoot your chair back or something, legal. God damn.
hey man.
That's gonna fuck up the whole
man,
audio.
Get the equipment together, brother. Get the equipment together.
Scoot
brother.
that back, brother. Hold on. That wiggling is driving.
Like, share, subscribe, people.
Like, share.
You might need to scoot that back.
Can you see?
Don't put your back up against it, man.
Can
Because
y'all
you
see?
wiggling like a motherfucker. All right, let me see. Let's see.
Like, share, subscribe, people.
I didn't even hear Frank say that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to it. So I'm sorry about that, but this it was a little too much. Well, you were saying that the social
Society
norm.
says that the average human being brain doesn't develop until they're 25. And so they believe that should nobody be able to properly
Judge.
function, operate in society until after the age of 25.
I mean, I feel like I matured at like 30, to be honest. Well, probably about 28. Once I stopped hustling and trying to sell drugs and shit like that and started focus on
But that's
being
not
a normal.
maturity.
Well, I'm just saying being a normal civilian in society is when I learned, like I felt like I was really reaching my maturity level. When I start realizing that you can go to jail for selling drugs and all of that shit started to
Right.
matter, that's when maturity really hit me. Is because I don't look at like crime the same. Like average things that we used to do as kids was crimes. I'm talking about even carrying a gun that without a fucking license, that's a crime.
Right.
Even selling a nickel bag, that's a crime. When I start
So
looking
you
at
believe in that concept?
what concept, I believe in like
25. I mean,
yeah,
because
yeah.
but I thought I was grown at 14. Or I knew it all. All of this time, even it's just social environments.
Yeah.
And so you have some people that's more mature in them same environments. You have some that don't. It was kids who could take their key to school so they can get home. You know what I'm saying? So they can get in the house after school because the mom was at work or the parents was at work. Either way, I was just familiar with mine. I didn't have that level. I wasn't responsible enough to do it, and I still lose stuff.
Rome said America sends its babies to war.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's 18-year-olds right now defending this country, defending your freedom to talk, your freedom of speech, your freedom of religion, our freedom to be sitting here and having this platform. It's 18-year-old men and women at this moment. And well, I want to say something, but then I'm sorry. And I heard that they just passed the
18
law
to 26.
saying that 18 to 26-year-olds can start being drafted again.
I feel like that's
Good
wrong
luck
to
with
force
that.
a fucking person.
It's
into
already
luck with that.
passed. It's already in law. This is what I heard. Now we
Do
got
you
to
believe
look.
that people are gonna really go to jail behind that shit?
Heck yeah.
They
They
did send
did it
Muhammad
all
Ali.
over. No,
They
not just Muhammad. I'm talking about low-level motherfuckers. I'm talking about low-level people.
Overcrowded now. They
Yeah,
ain't got
I'm
to
talking
be
about
filling
low
up. They
level.
already filled up.
The only way that they're doing that, it have to be wartime with somebody on the horizon.
Like we're about to go to war type shit.
Right. That's the only reason that they will even say, okay, we coming with this move. It's just not like a move to where they be like, okay, we just going to suck all the people out of society. It got to be wartime somewhere on the horizon, I feel.
All right, let's
I'm
get
a
to
land.
no, nothing to land. Let's get to the show. We
I thought
went from talking about my daughter changing
my
the
bad.
puberty to divorce. I don't know. I was just letting you get your point across, but let's get to it. So, last week, Bun B was in court on the charge. He was testifying against the guy that broke into his home. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back with y'all.
She can't communicate, and I get so angry all again because she didn't deserve it. She didn't ask for this. She didn't ask for this. The next morning, she got out of bed and went down to the kitchen, and I heard her scream, and I went down to see what was wrong, and she had her back turned. And she was crying, and I was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? She was like, I can't. She was just shaking furiously. I can't. And I was like, well, you can't. She's like, I can't look at those stairs. And it was from that point where we realized like she couldn't even be in that house anymore.
And has it been hard on causing strain in our relationship?
It is because, you know, there are times where she gets closed off. She gets.
All right, man. So that's the actual clip, and I'm gonna be the first to say that's a traumatic situation, man. I couldn't imagine having to put my wife back in that same house. So I understood what he was saying, like she didn't want to be in that house no more. Because once something like that traumatic happened to you, man, it kind of changes the way you think about that space. So first off, let's get to the meat and bones of it. Huh?
Sure, they moved after that.
Oh, yeah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of it. Basically, what do you think about Bun B? Was he snitching, Frank? Do you consider that snitching?
No, I don't even consider Bun B like he an OG. He a G. But I don't look at him like in the street politics of it no more. He a regular civilian.
Right.
So I don't look at it as that shit.
What's your opinion, LV?
I feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? He's just a regular dude. And
When does snitching become real? So for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a civilian, and I'm telling anything I see that's in my realm, that's in my space. I'm telling. Now I ain't gonna tell on the brother that's selling the nickel bag at the corner store when I go in there to get my Gatorade. But I'm saying if I see a shooting and it impacts my life, and the cops say what color car was they in, I'm gonna say they were in a red car. I don't know. I just feel like being a civilian. That's another problem with a lot of people when it comes to snitching. I tried to have this conversation with my cousin Carl one day, and he was like, "Man, we don't snitch, whoopty whoop." And I said, "All right, so imagine this." And I think I said this story once or twice on the show. Imagine this, Frank. You don't snitch, right? You see a murder in the alley, and you see the guy. You see how he looked. The cops come to you and say, "Did you see him?" You're like, "Nah, I ain't see nothing." Now you got your son walking down that same dark alley, and you don't know he's walking down that same dark alley, and that same murderer is in that same dark alley, and then he murders your son. That, to me, that's what not snitching, that's what could happen. If you don't get these people off the street, right? And I ain't saying go looking for a motherfucker to snitch on. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that there's nothing wrong with telling the authorities when an illegal crime is happening. You don't agree?
I'm minding my business.
I mind my business too.
Well, now, to me,
like, what's the chances of that? You know, or my son walking down that street or some shit.
It'd be a lot of murders.
So yeah, I wouldn't even look at it like that.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but like, when do art imitates life? When can someone be an artist and not actually have to do it?
What do you mean from rapping standpoint?
It's rapping. Other people can do it. Other cultures can do it, and it's not directly tied to them. You know what I'm saying? And so
look what Young Thug going through right now.
Yeah, most of them is entertainers, and that's all it is. Entertainment.
Which
so
they
we
should
can buy
be.
their music.
So you said you basically said Bun B probably never was a street dude.
Even if he was a street dude, it doesn't take away from the fact that somebody wants justice.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But I think that justice should be our prime goal. Like justice.
Yeah, teach his own, man. Like when I got shot up, I didn't
tell
who did it.
But would you? All right. So I got a question for you, Frank. When you got shot at and you got shot, would you be wrong telling?
Yes.
Hell no.
Well, hold
They
on.
tried to
Well,
take
hold
your
on, time
life.
out. Well,
Hell
time
no.
out. Hold on,
Hell
time
no.
out. Hold on.
I'm in the streets.
Well, I understand
I
that.
consider myself a gangster, so I'm in the
Now,
street doing what shit
Because
do.
we all got to
Shit
understand that
happens.
there's a subculture to every culture. And so,
Somebody says snitches get stitches or ditches. Now, this y'all gotta understand what I'm saying. This to me, this is what snitching is. Snitching is me and a homie is active together. We doing shit. I get caught, so I tell on him. That's snitching to me. Being a regular civilian in day to
why you
day
keep
life.
saying civilian? That's a weird word.
No,
because then you like giving so the civilians is separate way from who? The criminals?
Yeah, the criminals. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I call them.
Okay, so
But even in your situation when you was in some street shit. So this is what I'm saying. Even in a situation where you was in some street shit, if somebody try to take your life and you know who did it and you don't go tell, to me that's wild. Because
what if it's a drug deal?
Why is that wild? Why?
What if
why
you was involved in a drug deal and somebody upped the thing on you and you can't call the police?
I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Why? No, I get what you're saying.
I'm sorry. I'm
I
trying to
get
understand.
Because you saying if somebody violates you and you're not talking to the police, it's
Jessica
wild.
Powell, wow, whoa. Jessica
Hey,
Powell,
Jessica,
you going in hard. You going in hard today. She said, so you're a civilian snitch. No, let me explain myself. No. Well, yeah, you can say that. I'm a civilian snitch. You know why? Let me tell you why. No, time out. Let me tell you, Jessica Powell. But let me say why. Because first off, I don't even believe in crime like that. Like as black people, so when you say stuff like that, ma'am, as you go to your job and you work your 9 to 5 and you minding your business as a civilian, and then somebody hurt your child or somebody robbed your house, are you gonna tell? That's what I'm saying. Like I'm not saying I'm not going out my way to look for somebody. I'm not going out my way to look for somebody to tell
So
them.
if your house was burglarized,
yeah, Jessica Powell.
So
what you do to me, I'm gonna do to you.
So if an individual house was burglarized,
so if somebody broke in your house, you gonna call the police?
And they're in that different group. Now we talking about the group of people.
If you're not home, if somebody break in your house,
if I'm not home, then
and the home is burglarized. Now we talking about burglary.
Please break this down.
If somebody came in, burglarized the home, take your things, Van Moose, you come home, I've been burglarized. Do you call the police?
And you got the footage of the person.
No, we ain't talking about nothing extra. If you come home,
hey man,
and your home been burglarized,
this is home
right
there. I got
you
a
know
story
what
for
I'm
y'all
saying?
too, man.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, break it down, Frank.
Go ahead.
Remember, like I said with the Bun B situation, I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like myself, I don't feel like I'm in the streets like that no more. So, but that shit. So what he did, I look at it like I don't look at it as he telling. You know, he ain't in the streets. He don't claim to be in the streets. You know, doing street shit. So it don't apply to him. Mentioning the stealing shit. So the grill on my car got stolen. I got cameras at my house, so got the guy on camera and everything. Fuck yeah, I called the cops.
That's snitching. That's snitching. Is that snitching, Leland? Is that snitching or no?
I don't know.
I
ain't in that subgroup. I ain't in that. Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I consider myself a civilian now.
You
know what I'm saying?
Snitching.
So I don't look at it like that.
But why do it gotta be a different subgroup just because you did the proper thing?
Or check this out.
All I'm saying.
Or it's even more funny to think about it. When I got shot, and you know, at this time, you know, I still wasn't like I am mentally now, more smarter. The first thing I did, you know, I'm thinking, man, call the cops, I'm shot. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because we're in the same breath. We'll still say, fuck the cops, fuck all whoop-de-whoop.
Right.
And that's the first thing we'll do in this type of situation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Just
so when you got shot, you did say call the cops?
Yeah, I called.
All right, so I want to break this down for Frank. So as you growing mentally, maturing mentally, you learn that these things are things that you didn't even think twice about. Calling the cops, right? But I'm telling you that there's somebody out there.
Give me an ambulance.
Yeah,
I don't want to die. Right.
But there's somebody out there in that moment of your vulnerability, you would have been snitching by calling the cops.
Can I say
even
something?
Though you did the right thing.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
It's even weird that we are referring to 911 as the cops. 911 is
The
also
emergency.
medical.
Yes.
You know
And
what
that's
I'm
all
saying?
I was looking for
and
was
so,
the medical.
and so it's weird.
That's all I was looking
It's
for.
weird
Give me
for
some
even
of that.
It's weird that our mind is so that even that number, you know what I'm saying? Even the number 911. Are you called the police? No. You know what I'm saying?
Cause yeah,
That's
they
not.
came to the hospital and everything. Excuse me.
Of course.
When we did it, no, I don't know. All I know, I was in the house and I got shot, man. That's it.
So I'm just this hits close to home to me because a young man that I know personally got shot and he didn't want to tell the police who did it, but he knew who did it, and I said we have to change this mentality because they're still out here hunting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So the job is not done. Now, matter of fact, it's heightened. When a motherfucker tries to kill you and they don't succeed and you know who they are, it just heightens that energy. It doesn't go away. You don't just attempt to kill somebody and then go about your day.
No, you pray for him.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what old boy could have been on that, He just probably praying for him.
Yeah, maybe.
That's it.
Pray for him.
You might shoot me, you going down. Sucker.
See? That's what
I wouldn't give a heck. I wouldn't give a dang if I was a gang member. I wouldn't give a heck. You shoot me.
See, I look at the end of the day
because it's all, but
for.
it's
if
no
you
different
than you know what you signed up for.
That's true,
and that shit comes with this shit.
So, is it wrong for when?
Jessica, I can't look at you the same. You call me a civilian snitch. I can't look at you.
You
the
going
same.
down? Something you do something to me, you going down. But it have been a few occasions where my car been stolen, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? And I just found it on my own. You know what I'm saying? But somebody steal my car today, and I got insurance.
Insurance people.
Yeah, I got the car. Listen, and so it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter if even if you're in the streets, and you are the hardest of the hardest of the hardest being, and you paying $300-something in insurance, and you don't call and say my car been stolen, I want to file an insurance claim, you are retarded. And no, I'm sorry, not to use that word. But you have to be mentally challenged.
Yeah.
Because it defies logic. You have sense enough to get insurance, but then you don't have the capability to use the insurance because it would involve the police.
What we talking about? I'm kind of lost.
I kind of got lost because somebody just walked in the camera.
Now?
Somebody just walked
because we saying like if someone, even what type of lifestyle they in, if they got insurance.
No, I'm just saying, like, to me, snitching.
Even if they're
it's
pulling
rules
their
to
insurance,
snitching.
what if you
It's
pulling
levels
their
to
insurance
snitching.
scam?
It's levels to snitching. That's my personal opinion. It's levels.
Because
like I said, if we're doing something illegal together, I get caught, I tell that's snitching. That's against code. But if you just happen to burglarize my house and I know who you are and I call the police, that's not snitching.
Not snitching.
That is me telling the authorities, he did it, sir.
So Bum B didn't snitch.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I don't think so.
No. All right, get to this next topic.
It's sad that he even got accused of it, though. That's weird to me.
All right, so I think it's only right we segue to this mother. Her son, I guess she went viral because she was yelling at her son. Her son was on a high-speed chase. The police allowed her to talk to her son.
I see.
And then this is the message she gave her son, and they wind up letting him go. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back.
To go around the corner. How the fuck did you end up over here?
Because they was coming to get his friend.
What did I tell you about being a fucking follower? You don't got nothing on your record. To go around the corner. How the fuck did you end up over here?
Because they was coming to get his friend.
What did I tell you about being a fucking follower? You don't got nothing on your record. And you with your fucking dumbass cousins. Yeah, I call them dumb. Dumb as fuck. If it wasn't for my client calling me, Whitney, where my ear pod at, I would have trusted that you was over Keisha's house. You better hope they let you go with me, because this is what the fuck I was telling you. Dumbasses who don't got nothing to fucking live for. They ain't on your path, Twan. They ain't got a mom like me, nigga. Something said, don't take them clothes off. See about your motherfucking son. With who?
He with my child.
It don't matter. My child don't got shit to live for right now, you dumbass. His mom don't got no control over him.
Son.
You don't stand. Listen, I'm sorry. They'll take you. And when they don't give a fuck, they doing their job. You a young black man. I don't give a fuck how it sounds. I'm gonna stand up for my trail too. I don't know what happened, but God got me here. You ain't never been in trouble, son. This is everything mommy be telling you about. Everything! Everything! And I done called you 20 fucking times. You know how many moms call their son, they don't get the fucking answer, see him, nothing! And you in the back of a fucking cop car? And you graduate? You got prom on Saturday? I ain't taking you to get the license. I can't trust you now, nigga. You asked to go around the corner. You broke your trust for your cousin who don't got shit going for himself right now. You better be glad I showed the fuck up, because they would have took all y'all dumbasses. They waiting to get y'all. Where's my trail?
As angry as she is, you got a good mother. Alright?
Not everyone cares as much.
No. Like I said, you ain't in trouble with us. Just gotta watch out how you look, who you hang around, right? Right?
All right, that's
Yeah,
good.
All right. I promise you, honesty is gonna go a long way. Did you throw anything from the car?
No, I swear on my life,
Okay.
I didn't throw anything.
All right, that's the actual clip, man, and I'm gonna be the first to say we need more parents like that. I know she came off a little bit aggressive and vulgar, but I don't know what it is about black culture, but we tend to be a little aggressive like that. And like I said, that's what I'm going back and forth with my daughter because of the way I talk to her. But I'm like, this is the way I talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like also it's coming from a genuine place when I say nigga, this, you know, like
love.
yeah,
She's disappointed in herself.
Yeah.
So she came out of how she was supposed to come home as a mom.
What do you think about that video clip, Lee?
It was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was, I guess.
We need more parents like that.
Responded like that. I wouldn't have responded like that, but I guess that's just me. You know what I'm saying?
The question is he gonna take heed to what
Right.
his mom was saying?
Right.
I mean, at least the message is being put out there because there's so many parents that let their kids run ragged and don't care about what happens to their child. To see it caught on camera, and even the police officer saying to him, "Man, you got a good mom, man. She care about you."
Most parents do care.
Every
People gotta
parent
realize,
cares.
man, these kids just do what the fuck they want to
Right.
do. It's
That
a lot
part.
of caring parents, and it's
That
just
part.
them kids don't give a
That
fuck.
part.
I don't think
because
we gonna do percentage
it's
wise.
like, okay, I'm a caring parent. If you don't know how to operate in the social environment and you are doing stuff you know you have no business doing, it doesn't matter who the parent is. It's on the individual. And so, you know if it's wrong to steal. Children know it's wrong to steal. Kids. If you say, hey, you stole that, that's just like we should have played the video where the mom called the police when the kids stole the candy, and she called the police talking about they wanted them to scare them. But the human mind knows it's wrong to steal, to take something that's not yours. And so,
let's see what Jessica Powell said. She's in here hot today. She said, always let my kids know the cops can't save them. I mean, that's good advice for sure.
The cops can't save them.
All right, so I like this comment.
What?
I gotta
What you
highlight
mean?
Jessica's comment.
What
She
you
said,
mean? Save
she
from
said,
what?
I beat my child's ass in front of a cop and told him I'll beat him too if he got in the mix. And you know what?
Said, is that real?
That's what she said. I
That's
highlighted it.
fabrication.
That's what she said. But I
That's
want to say this.
fabrication.
I do want to say this.
She fabricated.
So I told my daughter, just to bring up, not to bring my daughter back in this, but I told my daughter I whoop her butt if she don't respect me. If she disrespect me, she just said some slick shit via text. And then my response was, I will whoop your ass. And then her, like, basically her mom was like, I'll tell the judge. And I'm like, listen, I'll go to jail behind whooping my kid's ass because there's a message behind it.
You know how many people that's in, I guess it depends. Either way, no, hex no.
I got to
You
shout
know
out to
what I'm saying?
Borrow
No,
here.
hex no.
I got to
no.
highlight Carl's
Hex
comment and
no.
read it. Shout out to Carl. Carl said, I think you have to learn your child, and that's how you handle them. You know the saying, the preacher kids are the worst ones. Yeah, facts.
But that saying is great because the preacher kids, if they daughters, we ain't talking about the preachers. We talking about the preacher daughters the fastest. You know what I'm saying? So when we with that statement, doesn't mean all of them. When they say that the preacher kids is the worst, we talking about women. And them women is just being women.
Man, we not going Kevin Samuels tonight.
All right, how's that Kevin Samuels? That's just the truth. I never referred to preacher kids was bad and talking about no dude.
I have. There's some
You know
badass preacher sons out there.
But it was always referred to the women. You know what I'm saying? To me, in my coming up. But again, I'm not beating on nobody in front of nobody.
I will whip my kids. I will whip my kids with a message behind it. Let me tell you something. As a father, I sacrificed my whole life for my children. The only thing that I will not let the law tell me I'm going to do because I love my child so unconditionally is how I'm going to treat them. I don't give a fuck about a law when it comes to my child because I know I unconditionally sacrificed my whole life for my children. I got out the streets for my children. I made sure they eat every day for my children. Like, I did everything for my children. So all I ask for my children is to respect me and understand when I open my mouth and when I speak, it's coming from a genuine place and I want the best for you. When you get disrespectful, it's go get handled. And that's not just with my children. That's in the streets, period. I don't go around talking crazy to men. I'm just saying I don't go around talking crazy to men. I've always looked Frank in the eye and respected him as a man. Now, if Frank got disrespectful, then we'll have to take it there. So that's the way I feel about life. It's not about, I give my children the best life I could give them. I demand respect. Like I said, I respect Frank so much, I give him respect. I demand it back. And that's how you should as a human being, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, so yes, I'll whip my kids in front of the cops and go to jail. Yeah, I will. I will. Because
why is anybody whooping anybody?
Because you know what's gonna hurt my child? What's gonna hurt my child is seeing me go to jail behind.
I didn't whoop my kids like a total. My bad. Go ahead, Finn.
But my child seeing her father willing to sacrifice going to jail to prove he's demanding his respect, it could mean something one day. You don't agree?
No. I'm not whooping nobody.
All right, let's get to the next topic.
What I'm saying?
Let's get to the next topic.
Hold on, time out. Whoop. So now you're teaching people that violence is the answer.
No.
I don't listen.
All right, so you don't believe in whoopings is what you're telling me. I want to say this publicly. I've never whipped my child. My son probably got a spanking once or twice, but he was the learning curve. Right. But my daughter, I have never put my hands on my daughter.
Right.
So when I threatened her that I would whoop her ass or I will get a belt and spank you, that is coming from a place of trying to strike fear in you from just saying it. But I don't plan on putting my hands on my child. But I will if I had to.
But that's part. Because there's some people that actually believe this. And I necessarily... Man, I'm just a normal guy. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't really demand or deserve that much respect. You know what I'm saying? To where I feel like I got to put my hands on somebody because I feel like they disrespecting me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't whooping on no kids. I ain't definitely whooping on no young adults.
No, not young adults, but I mean, like I said, man, it's about respect. Yeah, different parenting skills. Frank, you don't strike me as a parent that will whoop a child. You don't strike me as a parent that will whoop a child.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. I'm talking about babies. Yeah, probably a 2-year-old, but I couldn't see you looking at your young bull and being like, I don't know, man. You seem like a nice dad. You're a nice dad, ain't you?
Now, I got it where, my youngins, he do what I say, but they all three of them was like that at the time. Now the oldest, he a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
But, I know he ain't going to test me neither, though, so.
Because you demand respect, though, right?
Yeah, shit.
Okay.
So that's how it's raised, shit.
Yeah, you demand respect.
You get it.
Yeah, you give it, you get it. That's all that is. Let's get to the next topic. Right. So this lady came out and said that a news report came out said that kids that are graduating college don't even know how to function in society and get a job or go to a job interview. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back with you.
So not only are we not preparing our kids to be leaders, we not even preparing them for the job interview? Have y'all seen this? Let's talk about it. Who's to blame here? Listen, I thought the big reason why we go to college is so afterwards we can get a job. That might not be everybody's goal, but that's that's our goal, to work afterwards. And you mean to tell me that we can't even, parents, mentors, educators, we got to do better. It's not just about getting our kids through school and into college. It's about helping to equip them with the life skills they need to succeed in the real world. Eye contact, that's about confidence. Let me tell you, that's not just taught in a classroom. It's built over time with practice. Parents, this is something you can help your kids with. Unreasonable compensation. I heard somebody say, these companies not paying us what we're worth. It's not about that. It's good to know your worth, but y'all know these kids going up in these interviews asking for $1 million an hour. These kids graduating college thinking that the next day they're going to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Stop it. They need to do their research and they need to be reasonable in what they ask for in an entry-level position. The next two. Refusing to turn on your cameras, like not showing up to a face-to-face interview. Turn it on. Parents, I blame you for that last one because there ain't no way you should be sitting up in your kid interview. Send your babies to me. We got work to do.
All right, that's the actual clip. I do want to get this last comment off from the last topic. Shout out to Carl. He said, psychologists say whooping your children come from past trauma from being a slave. That is a lot of truth. That's a lot of truth. You didn't know that?
Say that again.
All right, so the mentality of whooping your child is embedded from the slave roots. Basically, that's how they used to get the slaves to behave, was by whooping them. So it carried down, just like your last name. Like, what's your last name, Frank? What's your last name? What's your last name?
Still worked at the end of the day.
What's your last name, Leland? I'll say my last name. I don't know if y'all want to. My last name is Johnson. I know that my last name is a slave name. That's no different than what he was saying about the psychology of whooping a child came from. Like, it's past trauma. But it's no different than my last name being Johnson. That's not really a name that's owned by me. It's owned by slave masters. Name. Of course. I'm not questioning that.
Real name should be Anavante.
All right, so Carl, you're right though. Shout out to Carl. He's right.
So be Anavante. We're gonna start calling you Anavante. But
is it trauma or is it just
it's basically like generational curses. It's like how as if your father yelled at you your whole life, you're probably gonna yell at your child. It's no different, and it's trickled down from slavery. So slaves was beat on, and then when they got out of slavery, they was beating their childs like the master was beating them.
Yeah, but most with slavery though, they was more beat to control them. To do
that's what you do to a child. We just had this.
Now I believe all this.
Controlling and discipline.
Right. I believe all this I believe all this super respect stuff comes from slavery, because it was a point in time to where individuals will have to say yes, sir, to a kid. And if they didn't, that kid can say, hey, boy, don't you see me? When you see, and he can be 8 years old, and this could be a 60-year-old man. And he sit there and say, hey, boy, why don't you get up out that seat? You go sit your ass over there.
I get what you're saying.
I get what he said too.
But then, you know what I'm saying? And so, but then them same individuals will then go home and then demand respect. You know what I'm saying? Because you get your respect out in the streets. That's the same way when we talk to these young people and I talk, get out the house. You know what I'm saying? Get out the house. Don't be all super old, 21, 22, 20. Like, I was gone by then. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out the house. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. And then what's happening is that you got people living their lives in some social bubble that's not real.
I was this close to not even reading that comment because I knew it was going to take Leland back and he was going to turn into Leland. But let's get to the topic that we were supposed to discuss. I feel like we almost got to watch the clip again. Can we watch the clip again?
Go ahead.
All right, let's watch the clip again. We'll be right back.
So not only are we not preparing our kids to be leaders, we not even preparing them for the job interview? Have y'all seen this? Let's talk about it. Who's to blame here? Listen, I thought the big reason why we go to college is so afterwards we can get a job. That might not be everybody's goal, but that's that's our goal, to work afterwards. And you mean to tell me that we can't even, parents, mentors, educators, we got to do better. It's not just about getting our kids through school and into college. It's about helping to equip them with the life skills they need to succeed in the real world. Eye contact, that's about confidence. Let me tell you, that's not just taught in a classroom. It's built over time with practice. Parents, this is something you can help your kids with. Unreasonable compensation. I heard somebody say, these companies not paying us what we're worth. It's not about that. It's good to know your worth, but y'all know these kids going up in these interviews asking for $1 million an hour. These kids graduating college.
All right, so let's get back to this clip, and I'm gonna be the first to say, being a manager for the last 3 years, and I've been manager in plenty of jobs, and I realized that the employees are getting, I'm gonna say this out loud, and I mean this respectfully, are getting dumber and dumber, and they're starting to not understand their worth. And I think we've talked about this multiple times on the show, to where COVID did something to people where they thought they was worth $4,000 a month. And what happened is, now these kids that don't have no college education, no high school diploma, no nothing, they come into a job and say, I should be making $20 an hour. For what? What have you done? And I think a lot of it has to do with experience. The older people are really the ones that deserve the money right now, the most money, because they understand coming to work on time. They understand policies and procedures. I'll tell you, I'll do you one better. 2 young ladies that I recently worked with, they lost their job. I'm not saying anybody's name or anything like that, but when I talked to them, because they were becoming my friends and they're friends of mine, I'm like, why you don't work here anymore, or whatever the case may be. And their excuses was so asinine, I couldn't understand. Like, it'd be something simple as in like, I couldn't come to work because I got 2 kids. And I'm like, do you understand companies don't care if you have children? Like, their responsibility is not, I can't say to them, I'm a single father or anything like that, and they're going to understand where I can come to work once a week. That's not how, but I'm just saying, like, how bad these kids think jobs are supposed to just bend for them. And like me, for example, I go to work every day 10 minutes early. I'm at work in the parking lot 10 minutes early because I understand punctuation. Now, I'm not saying I can't be late. I call in like everybody else. I'm late like everybody else, but I understand policies and procedures. If they pulled me in office and wrote me up and said, hey, Anthony, you missed 10 days. You miss another day, we're going to let you go.
Fired.
Yeah. You miss another day, you're going to be let go. I bet you I'm going to call. I've had jobs to where I understood the point system so good, I would trickle it all the way down to that last half a point that won't break off for 3 months, and I would show up for work every day for 3 months until that last half a point broke off, and then I would call in. So I'm saying it's possible. I'm saying these new kids do not understand work settings. They understand policies.
Why you always find a way to get canned in?
I ain't got canned in forever. I ain't got canned. No, this the same. No, I know you didn't just do that.
Hey.
Leland got fired for sleeping under a desk.
Yes, I did.
Have you ever heard of some shit like that? Now, that's somebody that don't understand policies and procedures.
Look,
you went to work and slept under a
desk. I wasn't no kid. I was super old. I was in my 40s. I wasn't no kid. You know what I'm saying? I was a full functioning adult. But shit, I was sleepy. I think I had COVID though. It was around about that same time. I think I had COVID.
So you use an excuse to sleep at work. You was better off calling in. And shout out to Jessica. Jessica said,
adult men that have sex at work.
Ooh-wee. Man,
right now.
Hey, Jessica Powell said. Jessica Powell said, but bringing your parent to an interview, that's bad parenting and entitlement parenting. Again, I'm glad my daughter's working at 14 years old, and I'm glad I instilled that in both of my kids early. Shout out to my kids' mom. She made sure my son was in a work program, right, at like 13 or 14, and he's been working ever since he's 22 years old. He's been working for 8 years straight. I think that you have to teach your kids, which I have these conversations with my son about 401k, retirement plans. It's better to start now because you're so young. By the time you want to retire at the age of 63, which they're going to move that up, you have some savings available in 401ks and all. But you have to teach your kids about work and work ethic. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
No, go do your thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Do your thing.
Go ahead.
Well,
I'm
talking for
college stuff. So are we just avoiding entrepreneurship?
Yeah, no. I don't think college, like I was saying during the break of it, I don't think college is going to be too important to people, these kids coming out of high school within like the next 10 or 15 years.
Well,
don't need it.
Do you think college is different than trades? What about the trade?
Either one, as long as you're willing to go get some education, I'm all for it. I'm just saying as far as, because most people thinking about getting that money, college is not going to, I don't think it's going to be appealing like that in the next 10, 15 years when, especially with the way the internet is and how people is finding ways to start businesses and getting rich.
I like what you said. I like what Frank said. I just want to read Tally's comment real quick. She said, in my job, I have people calling and saying they were discriminated against, but you can't call in 5 days of the first 5 days and say you were being discriminated against. That's what I'm saying. Like these new kids don't understand like how work works. Like I said, like a good friend of mine said to me, man, they know I'm a single mom, and I'm like, they don't give a fuck that you're a single mom, respectfully.
Right.
Like that's your job to figure out getting your kids up every morning, making sure you out the door by 6:30 if you know you got to be to work at 7 o'clock. Listen, these companies might bend a little bit because a lot of people are starting to be more understanding.
So,
no, you keep cutting me off though. Boy, next is the mics. I'm gonna be able to access the mics to just hit mute on you. Like,
oh man,
that's next.
I thought we was having a conversation, but no, I'm sorry.
No, you good, brother. You good.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. But at the same time, though, where do the people come from that do not have no drive, that do not want to work, that do not want to do nothing?
There's nothing you can do to help them?
Because we create this concept like this stuff is normal. No, this stuff is hard. You know what I'm saying? Somebody being employable, even if that's just like I run through the jobs. I run through the jobs. I don't like it, I'm gone. But that because I found the way to become employable. And so as running through the jobs, I'm starting looking at this stuff like, okay, they really don't know. You know what I'm saying? They really don't know. So, yes, they should teach classes on understanding how the job things work.
I like what Tally says. She said it's not just younger people. Folks just don't want to work anymore and are looking for a quick way to make $1. And again, I'm telling you, it's the COVID effect. When COVID was handing out money to people for a year straight without stepping foot out of their house, actually having to do some work, they made people lazy. They made people entitled. They made people think they were worth more than what they were worth. What you say? What you say?
No, they was lazy before that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Lazy people are born every day. It just depends. That's just like the people that make this world turn. We don't even know them. But this world is turning on some people with an excellent mind.
I want to have
one
more.
You know what I'm saying? With go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I want to have one more conversation. I want to have one more conversation, because we got 10 minutes left, and I want to have this conversation about black women. They came out with a study, and black women on dating sites were low on the totem pole, meaning a lot of people didn't see black women on dating sites, but the black women were on dating sites, so they started trying to trick the system by saying they were white and things like that just to get in the algorithm of dating sites. Let's watch the clip. We'll be right back.
Not all milkshakes.
And I was like, what?
Are bringing quality boys to the yard. Outrage on TikTok.
Hinge is not for black women.
Very loudly not choosing us.
Black women calling out the dating app Hinge for putting their profiles at the bottom of the dating pool. It led some of them to change their settings as white women in the app.
Like, it was literally night and day.
And suddenly the caliber of men changed.
That's disappointing.
So the Shade Room had some single men put the theory to the test. What type of women does the app feed them most?
Well, when you first brought it to me, I was shocked.
Are black women harder to get versus white women?
All right, that's the actual clip, and I'm gonna be the first to say I do notice a lot on my timeline. I don't see as many sisters as I used to.
No, I mean, well, when POF, Plenty of Fish, you go on there, just
I ain't talking about dating site. I'm just talking about in general on Instagram, on Facebook. I was like, you know what? I don't see a lot of sisters on besides my Facebook friends. Like, you don't see a lot of black women being represented unless it's Sexy Red or Ice Spice or Nicki. You don't see average black women on your timeline anymore. Like, I don't. I'm just being honest with you. Unless they're my friends.
Based on what you're looking up to. Like, if you know what I'm saying, looking
I
up
don't
porn
agree with
and
that.
stuff
I knew
like
that. I knew that's gonna be. Listen, no, I already knew that was gonna be
demographic.
Nah,
they know your demographic.
Yeah,
They know how many.
Hey,
They know your friends.
check my resume.
They know your friends.
Check my resume.
They know your friends.
Hey, check my resume. Julie is the first. Julie is the first white woman I've dated.
I ain't saying that.
I'm
just talking about the algorithm.
I'm saying I think
that's like if we pull up.
And then on top of the type of friends you got too, because you
Right.
saying like not seeing like women being dressing provocative and stuff like
No,
that.
I'm saying like I don't really see a lot of sisters anymore on my timeline, and then I don't think it's me. I think it's that they are definitely mutant black women. That's what I was saying.
I mean, but
man,
well, I mean,
it's like shadow banding black women.
Well, I guess we could put it like
for
this.
dating sites.
It's just like anything.
I don't
It's just
believe
like
that, man.
Yeah,
Black women is desirable. Everybody wants a black woman. So I can't say I believe that.
Again, I think that they're hiding them. They're shadow banning them. That's what I'm saying, Frank. They're shadow banning them. Like, if you go to a dating site right now and you're looking for a sister, you're gonna have to type in black woman, age 25 to 40.
But don't you gotta put that stuff in
No,
anyway, though?
no, you don't.
On the sites.
Huh? Go ahead, buddy.
That's what the filters is for, though. You filter in
what you're looking for.
So you don't
and
believe
so
it.
they going with the algorithm.
I don't believe that.
But this is coming from
somebody too much time on their hands.
And this is a pause. It's plausible, but it's just a real conversation. This is coming from
shout out to Terry.
A culture of people who men has a whole porn category. You can't go to any porn site and type in WWC.
What's WWC?
Nothing. But you know what a BBC is. And this so
man, I ain't never typed in BBC a day in my motherfucking life. But you out your goddamn mind.
I don't know why you would
pause. Double pause.
See, now you faking.
I ain't never typed in BBC. I typed in BBW. I typed in Big Booty.
But it don't have nothing to. It don't have nothing to do with you. But there's a whole porn category for black men, which shows that how desirable we are, and so we cannot.
We ain't talking about black men. We're talking about black women,
right?
Black
people. So we talking about culturally. So if white women are being considered far more attractive, that's not the platform fault. Should they say, okay, they searching for white women more than black women, but we can't do this. Let's not move the black women. No.
So you
said, go to the bottom. That's just how it works. It's the same way any algorithm, anything, it's just like something to cry about. Like, why you even on a dating site? Like, you socially awkward. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just stuff.
Get your ass out.
You know what I'm saying? Go out.
Go for a walk.
Go out.
Yeah, meet people.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get the heck out of here.
Man, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I just think that algorithms are definitely tailored, not tailored to you. It's what they're trying to feed you. I used to think algorithm was what I look up and things like that. I don't believe that anymore. I believe that I'm being force-fed what they want me to believe.
What the people want.
Because
they're not just they're not just singling you out.
I want
you
news.
just not the singular
But
person.
listen, I want news on my
This is a
Instagram right now. On my Instagram right now, Leland, I can pull it up on this phone. On my news feed, with the smartest dumb people, I want to see news clipping. I want to see pro-black. I want to see positive things happening in the community. You know what I see?
Porn.
Ass shaking. Ass shaking. And I'm like, I didn't want this on my news feed.
Man, or whatever
You
little
talking
weird.
about it, so that's why they put it on your news.
That's why it's on there.
Stop talking about it, eh?
Hey guys. Now it's time to say goodbye.
And that
all
stuff
my
ain't
Negro
popping
friends
up on my-
and Caucasians. This is the smartest dumb people. Big Frank. I want to give a shout out real quick. LB the Great. I want to give a shout out real quick. Listen, this is to my brother Frank, man. Frank has been rocking with the show. He pulls up every time we need him, man. You are officially part of the smartest dumb people team, period, bro. You're welcome to come anytime you want to. Frank has been the biggest supporter. He's been supporting us, showing up for events, coming through when we need him. Yeah, handle the rock chain. Handle the rock chain. Listen, Big Frank, shout out to Big Frank, man. You're a part of the team for real, bro. Anytime you want to come through, yeah, man. This motherfucker, he watched the show outside of work, man, and he just always represents us well. Look, this is the smartest dumb people. Anthony, that dude Johnson, LB the Great, Big Frank. Y'all have a good night.
Hey, yo, what's up? Have you seen the Smartest Dumb People podcast?
Yo, are you dumb?
I'm getting smarter just thinking about it. Politics, sports, your mama, whatever. The Smartest Dumb People podcast cover everything. With Anthony, that dude Johnson, and special guests, you about to learn everything you need to know about everything you need to know. Man, I even had to buy a new pair of glasses after watching the show. So yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure y'all do it on Facebook, Instagram. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. So stop wasting your time watching other podcasts. It's the only one you need.
Y'all know what it is. It's the